As you probably know by now, in this channel, we are doing many things based on numbers. The downside of this is that these videos take hours to make. There's a lot of research, there's a lot of calculating and then comparing, so they take hours. What it's very good about it though is that this is information that stays and it's relevant, and then we can take that information and compare to other credit cards, and there's so many different combinations we can do and really understand what's the best solution. This is one of those videos. Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about credit cards, points, finances, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'd like to take a moment and thank all of you that you have subscribed lately. The channel has grown tremendously the past 1 month, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. All I can say is that I promise you I will always try to do the best videos with the best information. That's sometimes is not what you guys want, but it's always something that it will be useful. Staying with the theme of American Express that we had lately, I wanted to see what was the best situation to collect MR points. We did the personal side, we did the business side. I wanted to put them together and see them next to each other and see what's the best combination to get the best return on spend. So, without any further ado, let's get down to the presentation and come back to wrap it up. We're not gonna go into too much detail here. These are all credit cards that we discussed recently. The key points is the sign-up bonus for the first year and then the return on spend. And we see here that for the first year, the best sign-up bonus is for the American Express vanilla version on the personal side, and it's 150,000 points after spending 6,000 in 6 months, and the craziest return on spend at 52%. Keep in mind here that the points evaluation is at 1.5 cents per point. I talked about this in a previous video. When I did this on the personal side, I had it as just 1 cent per point. I know that many of you guys get a whole lot more than that, 2, 3, 4 cents per point. So I wanted to give something in the middle, 1.5 cents per point, even on the personal side now, so the numbers look a little different than the video we did for the personal American Express, and this is the reason. So 52% on the personal platinum, 120,000 points after spending 15,000 in 3 months for the business, and 21% return on spend. The personal gold has 60,000 points after spending 4,000 in 6 months and 27% return on spend. 70,000 points for the business gold after spending 10,000 in 3 months. So it's over double, 2.5 times exactly what's in the personal in half time that you need to spend. And the return on spend is only 13%. Looking at the green, the personal has 40,000 after spending 2,000 in 6 months. The return on spend is at 30%, and the business green is at 15,000 points after spending 3,000 in 3 months at 12%. The preferred is 15,000 after spending 2,000 in 6 months, and the return on spend is 11%. And 15,000 after spending 3,000 in 3 months is the business plus with 11% return on spend, and this shows the strength of a no annual fee, a combination of no annual fee, and that constant 2% on everything. On the second year, we apply the regular spending as we always do: 3,000 for travel, 3,000 for restaurants, 3,000 for gas, and 3,000 of groceries. 12,000 total. I mean, everybody's spending is different and the habits also are different, but this is a good solid base just to have a fair comparison here as much as possible. The return on spend on the personal platinum is 10%, 8% for the business, 4% for the personal gold, 1% for the business. And here, not only we have a much greater annual fee, we also lack the standard credits. Now we do have 25% on points back, but at the same time, this is only for one thing. The other one I feel is more solid on the personal, the Uber and restaurant credit. You really need to make sure that you're using the business cards for business. If you don't, then you're not going to get much value out of either the gold or the platinum, I would say. So that's why only 1% return on spend. Then we're moving on to the personal green, and we have 2%, and then for the business, we're liking here the credits. That's $100, even though the annual fee is much greater on the personal. You see that $100 lounge buddy can do. So it's effectively like having $50 annual fee. And then the preferred has 3%, and then 3% on the business plus. And I have the business plus just a little above the preferred, although they do have the same return on spend based on this example, because the preferred is specific that 3x on groceries is the highest category that it has, the highest multiplier, and 2x is on gas, and then 1x on everything else. Now they do have that 50% bonus, but you have a clean solid 2x on everything on the business plus, and I find that to be extremely important because I always have this in my wallet and I use it for anything that it's not planned. Looking at them to each other for the first year, we see that on the personal side we get an average return on spend of 30%, and on the business side we get an average of 14%. For the second year, the average on the personal is 5%, and on the business is 3% based on this example. So what's the best combination then? The best combination based on the numbers is having the personal platinum, the personal gold, and the business plus. This will give you for the first year an average of 30%, and on the second and every year after is 6%. It was actually more like 5.7, but I decided to round up the numbers to make them easier to look. 6% is what 5.7 would round to. So 6% is great, and in my opinion, you're gonna get at least 5% on this one, but you can get a whole lot more than that 6% depending on the points evaluation. I saw this trend even with Chase. The business credit cards, you need to make sure that you use them for business. You can get them for the first year. They will always make sense as long as you can hit that minimum spend. But other than that, for the second year, if you don't have a business, there's not a good reason to have one. And I know that many of you business owners, because you told me before, you like to keep the spending separate, in which case I would say yes, 100%. But at the same time, you could get like an Amex Platinum Charles Schwab side and just use that as business credit card. So I don't see why it has to have the business name on it. I know it comes with benefits like giving cards to employees, but most of you are small business owners. That's based on your comments. And you could easily give them just normal credit cards. But anyway, that's all for today. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any of these credit cards, how you use them, and if you think these numbers are right or you have any different opinion. I love how you guys come up with real numbers and real use case scenario. I really appreciate you guys. You're just absolute class. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, ciao.